Hi, this is Karen and I'm with inspiredbygram.com and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. Today we'll be making a birthday card and we'll be using two stamp sets from Stampin' Up. And let me just show you the card. It's very simple. We use some punches here, the 2-inch circle punch, and this is the starburst punch underneath here. And then on the inside, I used the Broadway Bound paper for a little strip here and just a little bit of the Let Us Celebrate and some stars. So, and then on the envelope, I used again the Let Us Celebrate and created a nice little design around the outer edge. So let's get started creating the card. We will go over the stamp sets first. I have chosen to stamp with Balloon Celebration, and we'll be using this little stamp here, Let Us Celebrate. And we will also be using the stars that are right here. And on Picture Perfect Birthday, for the sentiment, we will be using Happiest of Birthdays to You. So let's get the products out here, the consumables, all in this little envelope here. And this is a card we'll be making at my card class this coming week. So I've got our Whisper White envelope. I've got a scrap piece of Whisper White for our stamping. I've already punched out the starburst burst circle, and this is with basic black. This is the specialty paper I was talking about. So it is two-sided, and we'll be using the balloons on the top part and the gold embossed shiny foil paper, stripe paper on the bottom part. And then we've got some shimmer basic black ribbon for the middle of the card, a small strip for the inside panel, and some granite gray. And our card base is basic black along with our inside panel, which is Whisper White. Okay, so let's move some of these things out of the way, and we will do some stamping. So we're going to be working with the photopolymer stamps, so we'll need our piercing mat, and I've got a piece of scrap paper here on top. I've got my Whisper White scrap, and sorry it's white on white, you won't be able to see that very well, but I'm taking my Lemon Line Twist ink, and don't forget this is a retiring color coming up this year, so make sure you get your stock of your inks and paper and refills and everything Lemon Line Twist, because it'll be going away. Alright, so this is the Happiest of Birthdays to You. We'll set this aside. Now let's get our stamping on the envelope done. And this is the Let Us Celebrate. And I put it kind of diagonal on my block. And it still works perfect for me. So I like to start at the bottom here. And I'm going to go off the edge and try to keep it straight. And then just keep going along until you're happy with it. And I'm just going to keep going. Let it go off the paper, and now I'm going to just rotate my envelope this way, and now I'm going to be working towards the left direction here. Okay, so I think that's kind of different envelope, but I always like stamping my envelope so there's something on it, so they're just not white and kind of boring. So let's close up this. Oh, actually, we need the Lemon Line Twist for our inside panel. So let me get that out. And this is just a standard 4 by 5 1/4. And we will bring in that Let Us Celebrate one more time, and we're just going to stamp that right down in the middle. And then we're going to bring in the lovely lipstick, because this is the coordinating color in the specialty paper here. So I love how our inks and our paper all coordinate. And we're just going to add some stars in the top here. I like to go odd numbers, and that looks pretty fun. So we are all set there. As you can see, I got a little bit of Lemon Line Twist on there, but that's okay. Our cards are handmade, and that's what makes it special. All right, so we are all set with this. I'm going to close these inks up as well, and we'll start assembling our card. All right, so let's get rid of this one first. Let me find my snail adhesive here, and all I need to do is just run a little bit at the top, and we'll flip it over, and we've got a standard card base that is basic black, and it's cut 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and I've already pre-scored it at 4 1/4 here. So that's our inside panel. We also need to add this strip here I don't have my mat here, but I'll be very careful not to get any ink on my surface. And I'm just going to put this down at the very bottom with just a little bit of border at the bottom, the white showing through. So I've noticed that I've got my designer series paper just a little bit over. So let me just grab my scissors here, my snips, and I'm just going to trim that off. It's very simple to do. Okay, usually I would have done that before, but I didn't think of that. So, all right, so that's all set. Now we've got to bring our granite gray cardstock, and this is cut 4 1/4 by 5. No, 4 by 5 1/4. Sorry about that. And our designer series paper here, the specialty paper, which is cut 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and then I just simply just cut it down and towards the middle. So now we're just going to adhere the bottom part panel and then the top panel. And this has got an 1/8 inch border, so it's pretty tight. Okay, we'll get that down, and then we'll put some adhesive on the back side of this paper, and then we'll simply just add it up here, 1/8 inch. And it's okay if it should match fine, but if you're off a little bit, it's okay to layer those, or if there was a little bit of gap. All right, so now we're gonna bring in the shimmery basic black ribbon. And if you have a hard time, what I usually do is I just wrap around this and put some Scotch tape on the back side. But if you have a hard time with your ribbon, just add a little bit of adhesive right there in the middle. No one's ever gonna know. Plus our focal point's gonna go right there anyway. We're gonna flip that over, and I've got some Scotch tape. And I'm just gonna tape this right down. And we'll be good to go. All right, so that looks really, really cool. I love the shimmer to that ribbon. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but you certainly can in live time. All right, so I'm just adding adhesive around all 4 sides, and this has got a 1/4 inch border. And we'll just, we'll just put this right down. You can tell I haven't made cards in a while. I've been making a lot of craft fair items, so I'm a little rusty at my card making, so I apologize for that. So this is a 2-inch circle punch, and this is a really, really tight fit. But it's still gonna work because it won't punch out. You know, you're gonna lose a little bit, but not that too much. And I'll just show you here. So we just basically lost a tiny bit of that ink. It still looks great. All right, so we're just gonna add adhesive to the back side of that 2-inch circle, and now we're gonna add it to the starburst circle. We're almost done. Okay, and then I just love to rub on the back side rather than the front side, because if you had any ink on your fingers, well then it would get onto your card. All right, so we're just gonna add 3 dimensionals in a triangle formation. And it looks like I need to just cut off a small piece. So I hope you don't throw out the dimensionals here or the edges of the dimensionals, because they work. See that? It's perfect. All right, so we're just gonna release the backings on the dimensionals. Bring our card in, and we're just gonna put this right down in the middle. All right, so there's our card we made and our coordinating envelope. So don't forget about my February 2019 hostess code, and I'll send you some 4x4 designer series paper free of charge for any customers in the United States. So for all your Stampin' Up! Needs, please visit my website at inspiredbygram.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.